Hi there, I'm Sean. Thanks for choosing this 30-minute strength and bodyweight class. I'm excited to exercise with you today, and as excited that you chose to join me on this exercise journey. Now for class, you're going to need a set of dumbbells and a band, both of which are appropriate for your fitness level, and that might challenge you a little bit. We will use the chair, and then make sure your space around you is free and clear of any debris so you don't have any tripping hazards. And know that we will go down to the floor at the end for a few ab exercises, okay? So keep that in mind. If you're on a hard floor, you may want a mat. Go ahead and grab that as well. With that, I'm going to start the stopwatch, and we are going to get warmed up. So let's do this. Squat down and up. Feet just wider than your hips, toes out at 10 and 2 o'clock, and sit back in that chair. Sit and lift. Now we're going to add on to this. And after each squat, we'll lift a knee. I love squats in a warm-up because they use so many different muscles. It really helps get that blood flowing throughout the body and prepare for the work that's about to be done. So, we lift a knee. Down, lift, drop. So we add a little balance work into that, some core work going on here, making sure your core is engaged all throughout class. And when I say core, all the way around from hips to shoulders. Try and keep as much of that engaged as you can. It will make movements better. It'll make them easier in some instances, and you'll burn more calories. So really try and pull that navel in and up into the rib cage. Now warm up. We want to get the heart rate pumping. So increase your the number of beats per minute. Maybe get a little breathy, still be able to carry on a conversation, however, and definitely feel the warmth. Just a few more here. 4. And then we'll stick with just the knees. 2. And just knee lifts. Right and left, nice and slow. Right. Check that out. Left. So hip opener. And then let's add the arms. Big circle. Big circle, big opener. Yes. Cross the body with the arm and make the movement nice and large. Just a few more. 4, 3, and then we'll lunge side to side. So step wide, side to side right here. Now add a little twist to that upper body and drop the shoulders as we go from side to side. Then we can drop and reach with those hands. One hand goes down and one hand reaches out. And a little twist with that body, help get that midsection warmed up real nice. Keep going. You have 4, flat back, 3, 2, and step and hamstring curls. Last piece, and we'll combine them all. Now single, single, double. Single, single, now 2 ham curls. That's it. Standing up nice and tall. If you feel off balance when you do that double, check the center, okay? Are you strong throughout the core? Keep it flexed. Last one, we start over. Squat with a knee lift. Down, lift. Doesn't matter what knee, because we're alternating. You choose. Make sure you're sitting back in that chair, so push your butt back. Keep your chest up. Flat back. 4, 3, 2, knee circles right now. Circle. Big circle. Add the arm. So good for the hips. Good range of motion. It's a ball and socket joint, both the hip and the shoulder. So let's take advantage of that. Move in all different types of directions. Big dynamic movements. One more. And lunge side to side. Side to side. Shoulders, a little twist, and then reach. Flat back. Step, ham curls. finish this up. Reach nice and long in the front. And we move to single, single, double here. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. You are done. All right, well, hopefully you felt the heart rate go up, got a little breathy, the body feels warmer. If not, feel free to take it easy on these first few exercises and continue to let the body get ready and prepared, okay? As you listen to your body, that's key, especially when you're on the other side of the camera here, other side of the screen, and I can't be there with you. Really listen to your body. So if you need a longer warm-up, go ahead and take it. Our first exercise, you need your dumbbells. Actually, the majority of the exercises, you're going to need the dumbbells. This whole workout is a workout that focuses on movements on one side of the body, so what we call unilateral. We do one side, we focus on it, and then we do the other. The first one is a front stepping lunge with your right foot. Dumbbells are in each hand, and you can always set the dumbbells down if you'd like, if it's too much, okay? The chair is always there for support and balance if you need it, so don't get too far away from that. We step forward. We do 15 of these. We step forward and push off the heel and come back. Now, real easy when you do a front stepping lunge to let the momentum and the movement continue to move forward. I think that's 5 right there. And that's the last thing you want to do because you don't want that knee in the front to pass your toes. Keep your weight in the heel. So wiggle those toes for me in the front and lift that back heel up off the floor. So step forward with the right and lift the back heel and your feet stay on train tracks. Last one. And we stop there. We go right to the other side and do 15 on that side. So feet under your hip bones, keep them on tracks. Step straight out, just left leg. Here we go. Left. Push and tap. Keep your shoulders up. Roll back. Nice tall spine. Lengthen through the back of the neck. And before that heel hits the ground each time, think about tightening this just a little bit more right before it hits the ground. And that'll help you keep that balance that is so important while you exercise, but especially important as we age, as we lose that balance. Push right off the heel. Remember, as soon as it hits the ground, you go down and not forward. Stop right there. That's 15. Okay, we're doing a single arm reverse fly. So you can use both weights for that, or you can set one weight down and use one, or you can use no weights. So this is the exercise. It is a hip hinge. So we hinge at the hip with a flat back. So you look like this at the bottom. See how flat the back is? Lift your tailbone up, and then in that position, we do a reverse fly, moving your shoulder blade towards your spine. Ready? Here we go, 15. And hinge, fly. Now when you're doing that reverse fly, try and keep those shoulders perfectly square to the floor. So don't let that upper body twist. You'll have to fight against that, especially if you're lifting 2 dumbbells. Such a great exercise for the upper back, an area that almost everybody, very, very few don't need to work it, but almost everybody could spend more time on their upper back muscles for posture issues, pain in your shoulders, spine, neck. Keep these strong. When you hinge, make sure you keep the back flat. Lengthen through the top of the head and take your eyes with you so your spine is long and that neck is in a neutral position. One more. Okay. Now, if you feel a good amount of fatigue in your low back and you're using 2, you may want to drop to 1 because we do 2 sets. Even though we're switching sides, we're still working that low back pretty good with those hinges, okay? So listen to your body. Here we go. Hinge, reverse fly. Stand up all the way. Take all the flexion out of the hips, so stand up nice and tall each time. You may wonder what to do with this other hand. It's completely up to you. You can put it out at the side. Just try and control your movement, especially this fly. It's easy to want to swing the weights out to the side. You want to control up and especially control the lower to get the most out of it. And think about moving that shoulder blade towards your spine. Stand up nice and tall right there. Hinge. Just 2 to go. You're almost there. One more. You did it. Okay. We have a single leg squat with a front raise next. So you're doing the single leg squat on the right foot and a front raise with the right arm. So put 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna go ahead and start with 2. See how I feel. Front raises are typically weaker for me, especially on my left, which would be your right shoulder, but we'll see how I do. I'm ready to challenge myself today. How about you? Give it a try. Ready? 15 of them. Let's go. So we drop, front raise. So 95% of your weight is in that right foot. Like you're sitting back in the chair, doing a squat, but it's only on one leg. Keep your back flat. Try and keep your weight in your heels, okay? Same thing with this movement of the upper body. You want to control the lift and nice and slow on the way down. So it's not a hip hinge, you're not leaning forward, you're squatting down, so bend those knees for me. And try and keep your chest up, eyes on the horizon. Last one. Okay, we switch, we go to the other side. Ready? Get that left foot ready. Now you can take your right foot completely off the floor if you want to try and challenge yourself a little bit more, or keep it on the floor for that safety piece for balance. Completely up to you, maybe try a few. I'll try the first few with you if you're coming with me. Ready? So we drop, front raise. Ooh, I felt myself start to lean there. That means I need to engage my core more. Now that it's engaged, I feel so much more solid as I do these exercises. Woo! And it is certainly more difficult without putting your foot on the ground, because so many more stabilizer muscles are having to work throughout your foot and your leg to stay balanced, and your core. So good for you. So take advantage of it. We're doing this together. You're not on your own. I'm sweating already. I think we're almost at the halfway mark too. Oh, a couple minutes, we'll be there. Last one more. Woo! Legs are feeling it. Okay, put the weights back in the right. Now we're doing a calf raise and an oblique crunch. So you may want 2 weights for this. Pretty strong group of muscles right here, or a group of muscles that we all need to strengthen a little bit more. So if you can balance on the one foot for your calf raise, put your other one right behind it, or you can just keep it down on the ground, tap. We do a lift, control down, and then squeeze that oblique. Lift, whoops, lost my balance, squeeze. Lift. It's on the lift that you're doing the work. This is a bend now, this is a contract right there. Contract. Crunch. And then when you bring it back up, you can go a little further in that crunch to decrease that space between your rib and your hip bone each time. So bend and then crunch, 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 crunch a little extra. And then lift and do it again. 2 to go. All right, other side. Ready, get set, Here we go. We'll get a drink of water after this if you haven't yet. Crunch. Crunch. Crunching. I may have said that wrong. If I did, my apologies. You'll know what side's working. Crunch. Maybe I'm supposed to put them in this hand. I think I had it in the right hand. Sometimes you forget when you're teaching these classes where you are and what you're doing. Fortunately for me, I have a helper behind the camera there. It's helping significantly count and keep me on track. My youngest son, Caden. I've been teaching these classes now for, for upcoming a year. Let's get some water. Coming on a year. Love doing it, especially since I can't be in the gym right now where I am. Teaching classes, and he's been with me the whole time. Helped me out. So if these videos are smooth and they come across well, there's a tech person behind that we have to thank for that too. For me, it's his name's Caden. You can thank him for me. All right, next exercise, chest fly. We need the band. Goes behind the back, wrap them around once, and then do one hand, another one, and then bring it to the center. So it's nice and strong, okay? Hold the left hand in one spot. We move just the right arm, 15. So squeeze. Keep your shoulders pressed down. Thumbs up. Squeeze your pectoral muscles. So these muscles right here, squeeze. And we stabilize with the other muscle, with the other arm and muscles. Breathe through it. Over halfway done. Stay with me. Keep those pressed down. Keep going. Other arm, other arm. We're going right into it. Working the other side, stabilizing with the opposite. Shoulders still pressed down. And squeeze those chest muscles right here. Squeeze them. Of course, you're working your shoulders as well. Thumbs are up. Abs are on, right? Keep them turned on. Scoop that belly button in and up into your ribs. Just two more. 2 and 1. Okay, you can set that down and pick up one dumbbell. The next exercise is for the glutes. We bend the leg at the knee. We place the weight right at that joint right there behind the knee. You can lean forward a little bit, but not too much. Just fingertips on the chair. We push the foot away and squeeze the butt real tight. 15. Push. So when you push that leg out, try not to lean forward when you go. It's kind of defeating the purpose. You'll have a slight lean forward, but really try and stay as upright as possible. When you get to the top on each one, a little pause and a squeeze. Good for the glutes. Strengthen the butt. Keep it strong. This also prevents, one more, a lot of issues in low back. You can keep these glutes strong. Prevents injuries as well. Hips, protects the hips, the low back. Oh, the list goes on. Ready? Other leg. And push. Push. Now, if you can do this without using the chair, it is significantly more difficult. Push and lift. Really feeling that in the glutes and a little bit in the hamstrings probably. Push the air out. Just 4 more. Last one. And stop right there. You need both dumbbells again. We do all the exercises, less reps. So you have familiarity now. We go back to the lunges. So we're over halfway done. We only have about 10.5 minutes of class left. Maybe you want to do less weight this time around. If your body's feeling fatigued, if it feels real good, keep the dumbbells in your hand. We go back to the right stepping lunge forward. Ready? 10 of them. Let's go. Drop and lift and tap. Eyes straight ahead. Don't look down to the ground on these. Keep your knee behind your toes and keep your weight in your heel in the front and push off that heel. So important. And then lift that other heel off the ground in the back. All right? Just a couple more. One more. And switch legs. 10 on the other side. Here we go. Lower, lift. As soon as the foot hits down, you stop going forward and then you go down. So it's a forward movement until your foot hits. And then as soon as that heel connects with the floor, straight down and then push straight up again. And you will attack those thighs, the back, the hamstrings, the glutes. Oh my gosh, it's such a great exercise. Last one. There we go. Reverse fly with a hip hinge. So 1 or 2 weights. Keep your back nice and flat. Hinge forward. Reverse fly. Stand up all the way. Just 10. So let's do every one really well. Own it. Up to the end. Less than 10 minutes to go. No problem at all. Stand up. Make sure when you're standing up, you're squeezing the butt. Work the back side whenever you can. Be intentional about it. Last one. Stop there, switch hands. Stand up tall. Keep this engaged all the way around. Hinge, fly. One more, and stop right there. All right, single leg squat with a front raise. Ready? 10, here we go. Right and front raise. Again, keep your eyes straight ahead. Try not to look at the ground or it's easy to round out your back when you do that. Keep your back flat, shoulders pulled back. And don't swing the weight. Control the down movement. One more. Other side. Here we go. Left, get it balanced. Turn it on and squat. Lower, lift. Squeeze. Try and push your butt back. Keep your weight in your heels. Just like on those lunges. You want to be able to wiggle your toes at the bottom, okay? So keep your weight in your heel. That'll prevent you from going down maybe as far as you would if you shifted your weight to your toes. And that's okay. You want to keep the weight in the right spot to protect your knee. All right, done with that one. We have a calf raise with an oblique crunch. Ready? Right arm, right leg. Lift, crunch, crunch, lift, crunch. Almost there. Not real big movements, I know, so it's like, am I really working much? Yes, yes you are. Some of the smallest movements, if you've ever done Pilates or tried Pilates, highly recommend if you haven't, can be the most effective. When they're powerful, done really well with precision, doesn't have to be big. All right, lift, crunch, lift, crunch. How much range of motion do you want? Do you want to drop a little before you do your crunch? or just go right into the crunch from that perfectly vertical position to lift the weight. Just think about contracting right here. Crunch. Last one. Crunch. Okay. Nice work. Chest fly. You're nearing the end. Just a couple exercises left. Wrap it once and then wrap one hand in extra. Center it. Right arm. 10 of them. Right. Might have heard that. That was my weight. I thought it was falling on the floor there. Just rolled off of the other one. Other arm, ready? Big open, squeeze. Squeeze. Just a few minutes of work left and you're done. We stretch it out and you're on your way for your day. Okay, you need those weight, or one weight goes behind the knee. 10 lifts, stand up tall, here we go. Lift, 2, 3. Not a big motion again, but effective if you really think about squeezing that gluteal muscle. One more. Stop and switch. Goes behind the other leg. Stand up nice and tall and push. Push. Our last two exercises will actually be on the floor. We'll go down to the floor for some crunches where we cross the body, work one side and then the other. Stop right there. I'm going to move the chair out of the way a little bit. We lay down. Hopefully I'm still in the camera here. And we go to one side. So all your left shoulder to your right knee as you crunch. Crunch. We do 10. 2. Elbows out. 3. Crossing that body full. Just 4 more. Extend the leg all the way. Keep your elbows out. Last one. Other leg. Let's go. Crunch. Lift the shoulders off the floor and then twist that upper body. As you draw your shoulder towards your knee, not your elbow. Keep your elbow out. Elbow out. Try and take your shoulder up close to your knee. It makes all the difference in the world. And you are done. Way to go. You can come up to a seated position carefully. Draw one knee and then the other into the chest. Rock yourself up to a seated position. And both legs go out. Grab the toes and then try and extend one leg and then the other as much as you can. And pull on your toes to stretch your calves a little bit. You can drop your head if you'd like. Breathe through it. So if they're tight and trembling, just breathe through this and let them get past what we call our stress reflex. Stressor reflex. It's a mechanism in our body that prevents us from injuring ourselves. So they tighten up, release right away when you first start to stretch them. And if you spend time in it and repeat it like we're about to do right now, grab your toes and then drop your knees as much as you can. And the more you do that, the more benefit you get out of doing that stretch. That's why yoga classes are so beneficial. A little lower. Breathe through it. Yeah, nice job. Okay, we come up to a kneeling position. And if you want to do this standing, you can. You can use the chair for balance if you want. But let's stretch the hip flexors and the quads, the front of the thigh, by tucking our hips under and pushing it forward. Nice and tall with the upper body. Smile. You've just done really great things for your body. It is really happy right now. Our bodies were built to move. Release. Let's go one more time. We are so blessed to have the bodies that have been given to us. We need to use them. Take advantage of that. And when you do, there's so many rewards that come from it. So tuck your hips under. One big reward is endorphins that are powerful hormones. Spread those throughout the body. They're natural painkillers. They're mood lifters. They do so many good things in the body. and release. Let's go ahead one more time. But also, this is how our body feels. The tightness is released. Weakness is strengthened. We sleep better at the end of the day. Release, and let's stand up. And we take one arm over, feet together, and we bend for a stretch for the obliques. And release. Let's do that again. In between two panes of glass here. Reach up as tall as you can through those fingertips. Release, other arm. And release. My alarm, we're almost done. Breathe through this. And release. All right, chest opener. Feet apart. Open the chest. Oh, it feels so good. Talk about tight muscles also. Chest and shoulders on a lot of people. Release. One more time. Smile. Even if it's fake, just give me a big smile. Say, thank you, body. Thank you for allowing me to do what I just did. Release. Let's inhale together. Lift. Exhale, push. Inhale, lift. Fill the lungs and exhale. Give me one more. Inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for choosing this strength and bodyweight class today. Again, my name is Sean, and I hope to see you back in a class again real soon. Until next time, keep it healthy. Bye-bye.